Morning guys, Wednesday again. These weeks sure go by fast. It's like we're halfway through October now, pretty much. Shocking. Anyway, grab your coffee, I've got mine, I didn't forget this time. Grab your craft of choice and come and sit with me. Let's just move that a little bit. Yeah, I'm working on the bottom anyway. I already got my colour ready, so I didn't have to faff about. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great week. Mine's been interesting. We had a family meal on Saturday, all arranged by my dad. Yeah, the one I said doesn't bother with us very much. Yep. I was a little apprehensive as to whether my brother was going to go, because him and my dad really clash. That's a long story. Anyway, he did go, and his girlfriend, they're due to get married next year, so it will soon be my sister-in-law. But we've known her for a long time anyway, so she's part of the family already. Anyway, I've not seen my dad. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see him. Luna. I didn't even see him last Christmas, I don't think. He sent cards through the post. So it's been a long time. He got married in, I want to say, May. And he messaged me to say he was getting married. There was no invite for anybody except her son and my dad's half-sister. No one else. He said he was going to Turkey on honeymoon. He would message when he got back and arrange a family get-together. Yeah, we were still waiting until he messaged me last week, which was like a bolt out the blue. But anyway, he invited his brother and sister-in-law, obviously his 3 kids, me, my sister and my brother. My brother's partner, my other half, my sister's other half, her kids, my kids, my brother's kids, including his daughter's mother, his ex. That was a tad weird, especially for my brother's girlfriend. Luna, stop it! My cat's on one this morning, so I do apologise. She's been attacking anyone and everything this morning. Especially my other half's legs when he tried to walk past her first thing this morning. Anyway. My niece and her boyfriend. My nephew and his girlfriend. All told, I only took my 2 because Tyler had a birthday party to go to and Rob was quite happy to be at home. There was 18 altogether. My brother did go in the end, so they've made up their differences, my dad and my brother. Let's see how long that lasts. He's promised to keep in touch. Yeah, we'll watch this space on that one. The meal was good anyway. Food was awesome. I went with breaded scampi and chips. Really nice. My dad says, "Oh, you're having scampi?" Yes, and I don't want to know what's in it. Don't tell me. Because he asked me once before, a couple of years ago, "Do you know what's in scampi?" Nope. I don't want to know. So, I'm one of these people, you tell me what's in my food, you're going to put me off. You tell me what it actually is, you're going to put me off. So if I like it, it's just easier that you don't tell me what's in it. The same as Mr. Brain's faggots. They're really nice. But for God's sake, don't tell me what's in them. I've always been a bit of a fussy eater. My mum used to tell me, well, you were raised on everything, you ate everything, including sausages and pork, chicken, turkey. When you were little, you used to eat it all. Yeah, then I grew a conscience. I think that's all it was. And now that I'm a bit older, I'm okay to eat it as long as you don't tell me what's in it. Anyway, my dad paid for the entire evening. All drinks, all meals and all puddings. I dread to think how much that came to. Because just for the meal it was easy a tenner a head. And there was 18 people, so there's instantly £180 just for the main meal. Luna's attacking my jacket. Really, Luna? I know. And then he paid for the drinks too. I really don't want to know how much that was. And then he paid for pudding. Not everyone had pudding, but yeah, I did. Apple pie and custard. It was amazing. My dad had what they call a sundae. And obviously they'd frozen the glass that the sundae was in. That's obviously how they do it. And as he went to scoop some of his ice cream, the side of the glass just shattered. That was funny. They gave him another one free of charge. I should think so, but you know. I mean, the puddings weren't cheap. Crikey. I think it was $4.99 just for my apple pie. And my auntie Christine had some cheesecake, I think. The slice was so tiny, yet the cost was £5 and some change. Even she was shocked. She said it's not worth what you're going to pay for that. Pick it up. But my apple pie and custard went down a treat. Waiting for the meals, I think, is what took the most time. I'm waiting for my Auntie Christine because she was late. But she doesn't like driving in the dark. And it was already getting dark when we headed down there. So, and she lives a few miles away. So I'm not sure if she got her son to drive her over. But when you've not seen someone for a little while, it kind of comes as a bit of a shock just to realise how frail they look, which was my Auntie Christine. She is 70, I do believe. And she is starting to look a little frail now. Makes me feel old. And yesterday my eldest son decided to give me a ring and asked me about Christmas Day. He said we've kind of changed plans. We're going to go to Courtney's dad's in the afternoon. So do you mind if we come down in the morning and see you? And I'm like, I haven't even given Christmas a thought. Are you taking the proverbial? Yes. Christmas is a long way off my list yet. Yeah, when you go around the shops, we haven't even hit Halloween yet. And my local Home Bargains, round the corner from me, pick one up, round the corner from me, has put their Halloween stuff out a couple of weeks ago. And they put their Christmas stuff out at the same time. And I'm like, really? I swear the shops get earlier and earlier every year with putting out their Christmas stuff. Seriously. Drives me nuts. Time's just flying. Haven't had physio this week because she thinks I'm doing okay enough to just see her once a fortnight. So my stretchy band has a hole in it now. So I'll have to ask her for a new one, because if I pull on that now it's going to snap. But they're not exactly made of strong stuff. I'm still waiting for my letter of referral from the physio department about my muscle problems. I knew the minute she said to me, "You're booked in with an advanced paramedic," things were going to go downhill from there. What does an advanced paramedic know about general practitioner's work? He deals with emergencies. You know, people suffering heart attacks, stroke, broken bones. You know, what does he know about? Yeah, general aches and pains and muscle problems. So last week I had calf pain, so every time I tried to go upstairs, my calves would hurt. That settled down by the weekend, and now I've just got it in my arms instead. I think I'm just falling apart. Put you in a bag and shake you up, as my mother used to say. Hey, if it works, feel free. Mind you, my brother and his girlfriend, they recently made a claim for PIP. Now, for anyone who doesn't live in the UK, that's a benefit that's paid for disabled people or people with severe health conditions. That's the word I'm looking for. And because she's an epileptic and she's had a few bad fits and it's affected her memory, her speech, they've applied for this PIP. Now, they awarded it her, which was good, but they denied her something called a daily living allowance, which is an extra component to PIP or something like that anyway. So they had to wait for the person who came out, made a report, so they had to wait for a copy of the report. It turns out this woman who's been out to see them two is only a physiotherapist. What does a physio know about epilepsy and how it affects people and the effects of a bad fit? What do they know about that exactly? It turns out the report was utter nonsense. My brother has wrote, we'll call it a report, on her report. It's about 5 A4 sides long, noting everything that she has said in her report that is wrong. Apparently it's quite common practice. We've been watching a few YouTube videos on people that have tried to claim it, and any reports that were written were wrong. And then my other half found a video, I think last night, a BBC News report where they have a woman that used to work for PIP and she did assessments, and she's a whistleblower. Don't stick. It turned out that they were told to alter the reports after they'd made them so that they wouldn't be able to claim certain things. And she gave up her job because she didn't believe in it. The system's all wrong. So my brother's just got to wait now for an appeal on her decision. Because even the woman they spoke to when they contacted them to say this report's wrong said, you should have got the extra component because she's not safe to make hot drinks. She's not safe to cook. So how can she not be entitled to daily living? She struggles because my brother works. So during the day she's on her own until my brother's son comes home. And it's just, the system in the UK is wrong. Totally, totally wrong. But it is what it is. I think I've done them all. I'm just checking. Yep. But we'll change the subject. I haven't touched this week. As you can see, it is exactly where I left it off last week. Might get out the tray. I swear my tray is sticky. Nothing wants to get out of it. Anyway, my get up and go this week literally got up and went. So I'm struggling a bit this week. Focus. I have none. Mind you, my muscles haven't helped sitting here. My arms, they just ache. So I haven't touched my blanket. I haven't. The only thing I've done is my daughter's, well, it was going to be a cowl or whatever, but she changed her mind. She wanted a scarf with the pockets on the end, so that's what I've made for her, and I can't show you because she took it to school. And literally it was, I've done a few rows of that every evening. I am so sorry, I forgot to silence my phone. Hold on. I've done it now. Do apologise about that. Stupid. See, can't even remember to silence my phone. Let's go for that one. 39. My tablets still aren't working either, so that's not helping. I've increased my dosage now to 5 tablets every night. I'm still not sleeping. So I'm tired. Oh, I missed one. Told you I'm good at that. 22. Oh, and there's another 2. And I bet I can't find them when it comes to getting these out. Come on. Seriously. Got new wax in my pen and you don't want to pick none up? Seriously? There's another one. Right there. How did I miss them? Blind. Dear me. And I've missed one of that colour. What was that one? 29. Right there. Yeah. It's horrible when you get to that point. Yeah, I am doing that one. Where you're just so tired. Your brain doesn't want to function in the daytime. And I don't really want to sit down during the day because if I do, I'll probably fall asleep. But then I can't stand for long periods because it hurts my back and everything else. I'm fighting a losing battle, as they say. But we all plod on, don't we? And I keep sticking my tray, stuck it to my canvas. And I'm still waiting for my Amazon orders, you know. I said last week. They're due any day now. I hate waiting. I'm such an impatient person. I say I'm impatient, but I do a lot of crafts that require patience. So I have got some, to a degree. And I've got kids that requires a heck of a lot of patience. I've missed another one. Oh yeah, we made homemade burgers this week in cooking with the kids at school. That was interesting. We made them with minced beef, onions, mustard, Parmesan cheese and breadcrumbs. The only person in the house that really liked them was my other half. So we ended up with 4 burgers for tea. The kids, they ate about half of them. And then they were like, we don't want any more. So they obviously weren't that nice. My other half said they were okay. Just a little unusual tasting. So think if we make homemade burgers again, we're going to change the recipe a little. And then next week, she didn't say exactly what we're making. She just said something with puff pastry that is sweet. So we shall see. It's the last one next week. I have enjoyed it. The kids love it. It's time out of class spent with me, doing an activity. The only downside is that most people in the course only have one kid. I have two. So the tutor normally makes the second batch of whatever we're making so that Ellie and Riley have their own, which is good. I mean, they share, where did that, it was on me. They share everything to a degree anyway, unless one of them's in a foul mood. And then it's just leave me alone. Don't touch my stuff. Oh, bless you. But yeah, they're pretty good when it comes to things like that. Riley gets his silly head on quite a lot at the course. And I just have to kind of whisper to him, sit down, behave. Which I had to do at the meal on Saturday as well. He was such a little bugger. But 4 hours is a long time, even for an 8-year-old. He got bored and snuck out under the table while I was talking to my dad. Started running around. But all in all, it wasn't bad. He wasn't extremely naughty, don't get me wrong. Riley just can have a silly head sometimes. Alright, quite a lot of the time he has a silly head. They found a YouTube video the other day, all because of Tyler. Tyler come down the stairs and he said, have you got any paper? Well, Ellie has. So he borrowed some of Ellie's paper and off he trotted back upstairs. A few minutes later came back down and he'd made something called a paper popper. Never heard of him. My other half has. He says he used to make them when he was younger. You fold a paper in a certain piece of paper in a certain way, and then when you swipe it through the air, this one fold in the paper comes open and it creates a popping sound. So Ellie and Riley then decided to watch a YouTube video, and then they made loads of these blinking things, which I had to kind of not ban, but tell them to take it to their rooms because it was scaring the cats. And then Monday morning, they made a load more and took them into school for their friends. Okay then. But he kept them quiet for a good few hours on Sunday. So, missed another one. 29. Really irritates me when I've got one I've missed. Just when you think you've checked the canvas, apparently not. Don't. Stop. That reminds me, coffee. It's stuck to the mat. That was awkward. I've done nothing but keep injuring myself. I still have to be careful with the shoulder. But the waitress, bless her, on Saturday, she didn't know, but because I was sat the opposite side of the table, which was near a wall, she kind of just leaned across the table from the other side and passed me my meal. And stupid me went to take it with both hands because the muscles in my arms are aching. So lifting things with just one arm causes my muscles to hurt. So I had to take it with both hands, but I did it instinctively anyway. Hurt myself. It's so hard, you know, when you can't use one arm. I know they say I can't, but that's hard. Really hard. I'm kind of thinking about the other shoulder. I don't think it's going to be an option to have that one done, because that's my dominant hand for a start. I'm having trouble coping with being without my left. How on earth would I cope without my right? The answer is I have no clue. So I think perhaps it's not going to be an option that way round. I'll just see how this one fares up with healing, and did it do what it was supposed to do and stop my pain? We're not going to know that till the end of my 6-month period, because he told me that's how long it's going to take to fully, completely heal and, you know, get back to normal. I've got about 4 weeks left before I can start raising it above shoulder height. And then comes the fun part, the strengthening exercises and getting my muscles back to working again. She's given me a little yellow band anyway last week, so I can sort of start minor exercises with strengthening. I did some while I was with her last week. When she showed me what to do, I just did a couple of each. But my arms weren't aching then, and I haven't really done much to cause them to ache, so what have you guys got planned for the rest of your week? let me know. Probably something more exciting than I've got. I don't really think I've got anything on this week. I might try and get my blanket out and see if I can manage a row or two. Because Christmas is ever fast approaching, and that's kind of deadline of when she wants it for. One of these days I'll have to put the blanket on the floor and show you just exactly how much I've done on it. It's taken me a long time, but it's coming along nicely. I'm only I don't know exactly, but a few rows short of finishing the helmet. And then all I've got is a few plain rows, followed by the name, and then a few more plain rows. And then a border. And then Bob's your uncle, as they say. Sounds a lot easier than actually doing it. But I'm finding it easier to diamond paint on the flat than I am doing it up on the easel. Luna, you're such a noisy groomer. Okay, I wasn't telling you to stop, but she always sounds congested. But she always has done. And she suffers quite bad with mucus, which the vet assures me she might have had feline flu at some point in the past. And although she's been vaccinated now, she's left with some symptoms, so... But she won't let you get near her with a wipe if she's had a sneezing fit, because she can sneeze, oh my goodness, up to probably 10 times in one row. The kids think it's hilarious, because it is literally just one after another, after another, after another, 10 times in a row. And then if she's had mucus, it's kind of gone everywhere, and it can be on her face, and then if you even touch the white packet, she knows exactly what you're doing and she legs it. She doesn't like having her face wiped. To be fair, neither did I as a kid, so all the times my mum used to spit onto her hanky or whatever and wipe my face. I've never done that to my kids, because I know what it felt like. It's wet wipes all the way for me. Even though all my kids are old enough to not need baby wipes, I still buy them, because they're handy for cleaning hands, your face. I mean, Riley, he might be 8, but you give him a chocolate spread sandwich and he's got a chocolate smile going across his face, because he eats his sandwich from the inside out, which is weird. He bites in the middle and then works his way out, and he ends up with a chocolate smile. So he just gets a wipe, cleans his face. It's easy. And then I don't dust my dust. I clean it up with a baby wipe. I know I'm a little weird. I do things strange. I have my own way, but it works. God, there's a lot of this colour. And there's another one of those. 29. Yep. Hopeless, hopeless. You wouldn't think I could miss that one because it's quite a bright blue. It's not even blue, it's... yeah, whatever. Anyway. I use baby wipes on my kitchen surfaces too, because Binks has a habit of chasing Luna quite frequently, so that he won't go on the side. I don't know why, but she does to get away from him. And although they shouldn't be on the kitchen surfaces, when he's in the house he won't leave her alone, so it's kind of the only place she can go where he won't follow. So I use wipes on my work surfaces to remove all cat hairs rather than the dishcloth, because then the dishcloth picks it all up, and then everything you wipe has got cat hairs on it. So there's method in my madness. And then Binks, the little bugger, for some reason he has taken to doing his number 2 business in my outhouse. Lord knows why, because he has to walk past his clean litter tray to go in the outhouse and do it in there. I emphasise clean because his litter tray is cleaned regularly. It's not often he uses it, so it's not often it needs changing. But he walks straight past his litter tray to go and do it in the outhouse. So we've had to completely spray, disinfect the corner so he doesn't think that's his litter tray. A little minx. Pick it up. I've missed another one of them as well. You gotta love pets, haven't you? The amount of hair they shed, which ends up on everything. And then they go and do their business wherever they feel like it. Yes, I'm talking about you too, Luna. She's sitting on the chair staring at me. I swear they know what I'm talking about. Binks has also been going through a bit of a bald stage, so shall we call it? He's been rocking his fur out on top of his head and around his neck and shoulders. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. But we know he's sensitive to flea bites, so we've done everything we can to make sure it wasn't fleas. Which it wasn't, and he was still rocking his fur out. So Kelly said perhaps he's got an allergy to something he's eating. Have you changed anything in his food diet recently? Well, we're kind of always changing what he eats. My other half's scared he's going to get bored of his meals. Okay. Treated like a prince in our house he is, I tell you. So we're sort of always changing his food, but nothing he's never had before. So I kind of said to the other half, we need to rule out food. So we had this specific bag of cat biscuits. It's branded, quite a high brand as well. And being as they were running out, I said, I tell you what, we'll start there, stop them biscuits. So we have, and it's been a couple of weeks now, I think, since he last had any, and his fur's growing back. So fingers crossed that those biscuits were it. They were just obviously too rich for him. Trust us to get the most sensitive cat in the world to everything. Sensitive to flea bites, sensitive to food. Honestly. But he's a star. We wouldn't be without him. He's got quite a character. He reminds me of a dog in some senses, because when he's playing with Luna, she'll be on the dining chair, he'll be on the floor. And he'll kind of pounce up to the chair from behind. And she'll stick a paw out at him, and then it's like he does this dodge. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But Luna can tease him sometimes too. I've missed a few of that one. Number 22. It's funny how different they both are. Binks, he doesn't like to be held, but he will tolerate it, if that makes sense. He will meow if I pick him up, but he won't fight me. It's kind of, I really don't want to be picked up, but whatever. I've missed another one there. And Luna, I think probably because she's a rescue, does not like to be held at all. I've tried picking her up for just a few seconds and then putting her back down. Tolerate 5 seconds, I reckon, at most. She won't lie on my lap or anything like that, which I miss, because my old cat did. She loved to be on my lap. So I'm going to try, I don't know what, but I'm going to try something. See if I can't get her to trust me, maybe. I'm not going to hurt her. She's going to be on my lap. It's safe. I can pick her up. She's safe. Nothing's going to happen to her. But after, like I said, after a few seconds, she really does fight to get down. But I do let her go, but I don't let her jump from my arms. I manage to hold on to her so that I place her on the floor so that she realises she's not going to get hurt. And Binks doesn't like laps either. He's so cute though when he goes on my bed. My bed and Tyler's computer chair in his room are the 2 favourite places he likes to sleep. Now my throw on my bed, I've got this really furry throw. And he likes to suckle on it. It's really funny. He's just 2 and he still suckles. It's so cute. But my throw ends up. Luna doesn't do it. But Binks does. He does love a good fuss. So does Luna. Luna's equally cute though. She likes, I call them facials. She likes a fuss, but she likes you to rub her face. It's really, really funny. So every time she comes to me, you know if she wants a facial, because she'll put her face, she'll look straight up. She'll sit with her back to me and then sort of look at me with her head up. Oh, you've come for a facial. And then using both hands, you kind of rub her face. She loves it. And she purrs so loud. Whoops. She has taken to lying on the bed with me, which was a big no when she, you know, the first few months she came here. I'd put her on the bed, she'd just jump straight off. Now she will actually get onto the bed herself. It started with me putting her on there and just fussing her, letting her know it was okay. I've missed another one. You know, stay with her while I give her a fuss. Then she'd get down. Now she just gets on the bed by herself. She knows when I'm going to bed. She comes and lies by me, right by me. And she has a fuss. Down. And then at some point after I've gone to sleep, she'll come. And then the last few days, she actually gets on the bed in the middle of the night and lies by me then as well. She is getting more trusting. She's so cute. Not so cute when she's bringing me live pigeons into my kitchen. But with Luna, she's, I know I keep saying she's funny, but she is. She has this, when she's got something either she shouldn't have or something she wants to let you know that she's got, she will meow really loudly. And the first time I realised that that's what she was doing, letting me know she'd got something, was when she climbed on the side. I dished tea, we got bangers and mash, and I left my other halves on the side, forgetting about the cats, because he was upstairs. He'd come down and get it. And all of a sudden I hear this loud meow from the kitchen while I'm sitting in the front. And I'm like, what? And I talked to her and say, what's the matter? She carried on meowing. She carried on, no, I don't need any more. She kept doing it really loudly, so eventually I down, went into the kitchen, and she's on the kitchen floor with one of Rob's sausages. Yeah. So that's when I first realised that the loud meow actually means something. So she did it again a few weeks later, I think it was. I could hear her meowing loudly in the kitchen. Now this time I didn't talk to her, I didn't ask her, I just got up. And she trapped this live pigeon in my kitchen. She'd brought it in, let it go, and it was flapping around, trying to escape, and she pinned it into the corner by the cupboards. But when I went to go near her, I must have spooked her, obviously, because she legged it. And the pigeon just my kitchen and out the back door. I did try to catch him because he was hurt, but he ran off. Eventually he managed to fly, sort of, and I never saw him again. I know cats bring you presents, but come on. A live one, seriously? It probably isn't alive now, because she had hurt its one wing, because it didn't fly at first. It just ran. That's the only part of a cat I don't like. the presents. My old cat Mindy. It used to be mice. She'd leave them on the back doorstep. But at least they... Binks, well, he's a character all on his own. He doesn't bring me presents. I caught him rolling around the back garden a few weeks ago. And he kept putting whatever it was down and then rolling around with it. And I'm like, what on earth? And he was rubbing it on his face and on his belly. So I went out to have a nosy. It was a dead bird. Didn't bring it for me. You know, he didn't leave me a present. Just wanted to rub himself with this dead bird. No shame, that cat. No shame. That poor bird. When we first had him, it was hilarious. He had a collar with a bell on it. And no matter how much he stalked the birds in the garden, he couldn't get anywhere near it. Because as soon as he'd start running, his bell would tingle and the birds would fly off. And then one day he comes back without his collar. We've still never found it. My little dog, you. We have tried other collars on him. And he's come back without them too, so yeah, we just kind of give up with the collars. Wouldn't mind with that collar. We'd had him a disc engraved with his name, his address, you know. And he goes and loses it. My back's hurting now. Leaning over the table, that's what that is. Wow, there was a lot of this colour. One more, I think. Nope, there's another one there. I don't know why I bother checking, because I'll find one later. As is always the way. But that does look like that's it. Oh wow. 59 minutes, seriously. I never had that much to talk about, surely. Dropped one. Okay guys, well I'm going to leave you there. I don't want to bore you anymore. Hopefully my stuff arrives this week. Fingers crossed. So I can... Coffee's cold. Because it's going to be boring just watching a WIP and chat every week. I am trying to get things again with unboxings, so thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload, which I'm hoping to increase. Comments, any questions down below. Let me know what you've been up to. What kind of a week have you been having? More exciting than mine probably. And I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Bye.